Hello YouTube and welcome to GrunfWorks Plays Naval Action Battles, and today I have a treat for you. I will be fighting in a Trincomalee StPavel. Now, first things first, just to say, this is actually my first fight after I have come back from my long vacation in France. And I have no idea yet how the mechanics works and everything else, but I had one lingering order for a Commodore, so I figured, well, why the hell not? And this Trincomalee is the one that I used for 5th rate comparison, so it's not an exceptional Trincomalee or something, so I mean, if I lose it, fine, whatever, but I was kind of hoping to actually see if I can put up a decent fight. So, I believe we are just north of Port Antonio, I believe. And yeah, we are going towards Pavel. So, I have no idea how this will look out, but I'm willing to give it a shot. This Trincomalee is armed with 18-pounder longs, and I think on the top deck I have mainly long cannons here. So, and I'm kind of hoping to be able to stay out of his arc of fire and be able to gun him down with, well, just shooting blank as I can, obviously. So, okay, and a little bit higher up, and fire. Well, I do get 27 hits on the sails. Hard to port, present the other side, and he is coming towards me, meaning that I am in a situation that I want to turn myself towards him, not to get too much ground into his arc of fire anyway. So, oh boy, he is coming this way and we will be deck to deck. Okay, definitely I am going hard to starboard in the hope to be presenting less of a target to him, and I am doing a mistake of showing him my heels, which is not a good... Christ, he has a bunch of cannons. Uh-oh. Okay, time to pay the price. Okay. Well, ouch. But so far, yeah, my rear armor is gone, but at least he has fired, and I am turning my port side towards him in the hope to be able to at least give him nice pounding. So this is what, 250 meters? Probably. Fire. Jesus. My cannonballs are bouncing off of his hull. What witchcraft is this? Ow, ow. Okay, maybe it's better that I start pounding him in the rear, because from that range where I was shooting, the cannonballs were bouncing off his hull. So, yeah, I mean, shooting him is pointless at this point. Okay, keep a low profile towards him. Try to hit his masts with cannonballs. Clearly missed. And now I'll try to go for the raking shot. So my tactics here I will try to do is to basically rake him as much as possible, in the hope of being able to inflict critical damage and crippling him. Because he is just too darn big to take bout, or like, you know, port to port side. So, full speed ahead, and he is turning though, but at least from this range I hope to be able to do some damage. Hull 7, 8. Hull 10, leak 1, crew 1. Well, overall pretty happy with the result. I did manage to scratch his paint, I'll give you that. But this seems to be like a beginning of a very much prolonged engagement. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah. It's a terrifying ship, I'll tell you that much. I actually like the model, it's like Mini Santissima, but I don't know much about Pavel, I haven't had a chance to sail it, I haven't had a chance to even fight it. This is the first time that I meet Pavel on the open grounds, and he does catch me with a part of his broadside, but most of his broadside misses, which is something that I hope to keep as a trend for the future, that's for sure. Now, once again, going for his stern, this time trying to put some more raking shots on him, and he's constantly turning, which is a little bit off-putting. Okay, oh, heel down, damn you. Ow. Ow. Angle down. And fire. So many bounces. I'm starting to think that this fight might have a whole different resolution than I was hoping for. Okay, definitely trying to keep at his stern. As long as I'm there, he won't be able to fire much at me, so hard to port despite having unfavorable wind. Turning to the side and wow. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, holy moly. One broadside takes like 1/3 to 1/2 of my HP on the port side. Okay, this is clearly going into the wind is something I definitely not recommend when finding a Pavel in a Trincomalee. I mean, I have to remind myself that this is still a 5th rate facing a 2nd rate. It's not that I'm going in a 4th rate or a 3rd rate. Like, even with the Bologna, I would say I would have a very big fight on my own, but this guy is like, it's just dang crazy. Still, I want to, oh, and it bounces. Okay, yeah, I forgot. From this range, I can basically do nothing against him. No. And he can do a lot against me, which he is successfully, very successful at doing, as I might add. He's constantly pounding me. Okay, hard to port. I am hoping to basically overtake him, but clearly I'm in position I don't want to be in, and I wanted to make sure that I'm presenting my better armored side towards him and maybe fight from a little bit more of a distance, because I'm hoping he will miss a lot more. I don't know how good he is at aiming at long distances. I mean, I am fighting an NPC. If this was a player, I would probably already be dead long by then. So let's put some distance between me and him. And at this point I was considering of bailing and actually, trying to preserve what little bit of woodwork I have left and just run away. But then again, I mean, what would be fun in that, huh? So let's try and stick and fight this to the whatever end comes. Whether it's the sweet end of beating Pavel with a Trincomalee, or to the bitter end of having a nice heart-to-heart with Mr. Davy Jones. Okay, hard to port. He is a slow bugger, I'll give him that, but... And he fires again, and he hits. Well, he doesn't hit constantly, though. And he's firing one at a time. Interesting. I am aiming for his main mast, which would be extremely beneficial if I would be able to take down at least one of them. And I'm thinking of the foremast would be the best thing to take care of, but I think it's just too heavy armored. Okay. He is slowly but surely chipping away on my bow armor. I will once again go and try for the raking shot. My cannons are loaded and I hope that I will be able to take more of his stern. And he's once again getting me into position while I will be firing at an angle on him. Okay, getting my cannons ready. Aiming and fire. As I imagined. 5 hits to the hull and the rest bounce because of the angle and hitting too hard of an armor. Okay, this is definitely not the fight I wanted to be, and I'll give you that one. But yeah, clearly a lot of stuff has changed, especially with the sailing, gunnery, and mechanics. I mean, especially armor penetration, because otherwise I would have normally be chipping away of his armor. But since the patch happened, I am still a little bit unfamiliar with the penetration mechanics, armor, and that kind of ratings. But I guess this is a bit more historical, because I mean, these ships like Pavel must have been very, very well armored, because they would have to withstand much bigger engagements than like by one measly Trincomalee. So yeah, I guess that's realistic. So at least I'm having the benefit of him being terrible shot at long distances, but still, that doesn't help me out a great deal. What I'm trying to do is zoom in and out. Basically, zoom in, hit him as hard as I can, which is probably just scratching his back a little bit, and then get out before I get murdered horribly. Simply put. So, hard to port. Ow. Ow. Okay, at this range he's not even doing that much damage to me, but then again, I mean, what will I do against him at this range? I don't think that even I could kill his sails from this range. So, once again coming in, and well, some of his cannonballs are hitting me. Ow. Ow. It definitely seems that the developers have made the AI smarter this time. Because rather than hitting a whole broadside while I'm at a shallow angle at him, he is firing cannons one at a time and constantly providing a stable barrage and kicking my pump. Damn you. So, yeah. What I don't find extremely realistic is that despite me being able to kick him dearly in the rear, that I do so little damage in terms of penetration, but then again, I don't know. Who am I to judge? Okay, he is coming on the left hand side. Ow. Let's fire. I'm basically trying to shoot off his ass. And he's already away. Might as well fire the rest of my cannons. Hull 2, crew 1. I mean, I could be shooting like this all day. So guys, I think that we do slowly come to the resolution, which basically says don't fight Pavel in Trincomalee. As simple as that. And fire. Okay. Let's pull hard to starboard. Ow. He is kicking my ass big time, clearly. Okay. Aiming down the sides. Can I actually fire at his sails, maybe? Fire. How about that I tried to damage his sails? 17 to the sails. Well, that wasn't too bad. Maybe that's a way how to fight Pavel. If we manage to kick his mast, maybe, just maybe, we would be able to get him to the point where he's unmaneuverable and just stern camp him. By the way, guys, if any of you has fought Pavel with a Trincomalee and won, please, by all means, do let me know in the comments how do you fight a Pavel with a Trincomalee. Because as far as I can see, the current train of thought is just don't. But yeah, let me know in the comments below. Let's see. Okay, raise the cannons and fire. Fire. Hitting the sails as much as I can. 15 hits to the sails. And at this range he's already starting to do damage at me. And I am starting to sport some leaks. Which means... which doesn't spell too well for my well-being, but yeah. Maybe if I was using the carronades, I could penetrate more and do bigger damage from the close-up, but yeah, I don't know. I have never used carronades on a Trincomalee. You know, when I was comparing the damage stats when, or like the weight of the shot that you do in a Trincomalee, it is actually quite impressive. It's like, I think 450 or 500 something weight of a shot of a cannon broadside compared to the carronade broadside, which is 800 and something. So it's definitely heavier shot, but it has to be fired from up close, which brings me to a position facing against Pavel's very heavy cannons. So, I mean, he has the cannons of the caliber that I'm using carronades. So 3 hull, 2 to the crew, and I'll be overtaking him soon, meaning that I should... Yeah, let's go this side. Ready the balls. Unlock sector focus. And getting ready, and fire. Okay, here is the full broadside up his stern. And now the damage seems to be more prominent, so yeah, I guess a valid tactic would be kill his sails, and then when he is an unmaneuverable lump, come back and stern camp him until you get bored or he sinks, whichever comes first, I guess. Okay, looks like we're learning, guys. Okay, so let's take my 4. I really do like the 4 cannons on the Trincomalee. I mean 4 chasers, bow chasers. They're really nice. And and once again we get a little bit of graphical glitching. I mean, I think it's the game. It's definitely not my recording software, at least from what I've observed. But still, I mean, you have to admit that this game looks just gorgeous when playing it. So now I'm having trouble deciding what to hit. If I should focus his stern. From this distance I won't be able to do much. Or should I just do another broadside up his sails, hoping that I actually hit something? It's a dilemma. Anyway, guys, I wanted to just give you a short heads up. I do have multiple content coming up in terms of naval action. I had my cousin visiting me over some time, and I will be posting a bunch of fleet battles as well, which I found to be actually quite enjoyable. I have recorded some already, and it's fun because there's like a metric crap ton of ships, but I'm still kind of hoping that sometime down the line to get some Trafalgars or stuff. I think it's large battles now, right? Let me know in the comments below anyway. Nice, beautiful screenshot, which I will be probably using for the headline of this episode. In the story, How Did I Fight Pavel? A story by a dead man. So, fire. Oh, and he's turning. Oh boy. At this point, I can only say, Mommy! Whew! Talking about getting the Swiss cheese treatment. I feel like an Emmentaler already. Beautiful. Let's just examine how does our port side look like. Oh well, it's just a flesh wound. Well, it doesn't look that bad actually. But yeah, and I am taking on water, more crew going into the survival, which I believe will spell my demise at the end. I did pop up a repair kit, so I don't think I have those anymore. Come on, turn, damn you. Ouch. Okay. Let's fire into his sails, I guess. Can I fire at his hull? Will I hit anything? Oh, 7 hits to the hull. Wow. 12 hits to the hull. But, I mean, I really didn't do any damage. Probably the hull just went knock knock. Who's there? Ball. Ball who? Nobody. Low ball. Whatever. So... That's the one definitely wasted. Oh, the majority of... Yes, I forgot, guys. As you look, there's not so much damage, but if my Trincomalee heals a little bit, like Trincomalee always does, you will notice a bunch of beautiful leaks on my ship's bow. Port side, underneath the waterline. Yes, okay, and I'm already halfway... You could consider it as a boat half filled or boat half empty. I prefer to think of it as a ship half full. So, okay, hard to port, and let's see if we can still manage to get a couple of broadsides. I was thinking also once again against running, but come on, then what footage I would be giving you? Nothing worthwhile. So yeah. Let's stick until the bitter end, shall we? I don't think that I would even be able to get out of his range before I sink. And he is far out and definitely giving me some good old 32 pound or 48 pounder loving, I guess. Boink. And once again... Ouch. Now, the big boat is starting to become very hard to steer because most of my guys are now in survival. Very few on the gunnery side and few on the sailing, which is turning my ship into almost an unmaneuverable lump. So, yeah. I guess I won't be sailing that ship for much longer, so it seems. But let's see if we can at least go down the blaze of glory at least with one final broadside somewhere. Maybe we kill a captain, you never know. Fire. Some good hits to the sails. I'm hoping that I damage a stitch or two. Now, guys, what do you think? Will I be able to fire at least one more broadside into him before he sinks? Or, yeah, before he sinks. Okay, yeah, before I sink, sorry. So, let's see. Come on, at least one broadside. Final send-off. Unlock sector, focus auto, and fire. Most of them went to the sails, and I wasn't able to dismast him. Well, guys, I think, judging by my water levels, we are coming up on the end of this brave but pretty futile effort. And like if you liked the episode, and hit subscribe for more naval action content that is coming soon. There will be much more coming soon, and I will probably be engaging in the bigger battles rather than, and by big I mean more ships rather than the actual these ones. So I guess it is only left for me to say thank you very much, guys, for watching. Like if you liked, hit subscribe for more action, and hope to see you soon in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. This is GrunfWorks signing off in a matter of seconds, I guess. Yes.